honoring and respecting my body and mind.
The heaviness that I've been holding on to begins to disappear.
Fill them with your spirit, that your power may flow through them.
What's up, y'all? It is your girl Jessica, and I am just keeping it real. So it's been quite some time since I have been able to come on and do a vlog. So this is just going to be video of me explaining what's been going on with me. I had a health appointment, appointment that I made on my own to see my doctor because I realized that I was going through some challenges more than I thought. So I just went ahead, made an appointment, and yes, I have been keeping up with my self-care and wellness practices as well. So I am going to put video or pictures of the things that I have been doing for the past couple of weeks as I am talking about them. So this is just really going to be like a sit down talk about health and wellness and the things that I discovered when I went for my checkup to my. So if this is your first time watching one of my videos, thank you so much for coming in and watching the video. Please make sure you go back and check out my other videos of my wellness days and just my talks and things like that when it comes to self-care and wellness, because this is a wellness channel and I am really trying to grow this channel and have it out there so people can, if they're looking for something for wellness and self-care, you know what I'm saying, they can just click on one of my videos and you can look at some of the things that I have been talking about when it comes to wellness and self-care, because it is an important thing. And also, if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back and listening to your girl trying to get a feel on your wellness, or just chat and have a conversation about wellness. So y'all, what had happened was this. Oh, and if you hear a noise in the background, it's the fan, because I need this fan. I need this fan with these perimenopause symptoms, right? A lot of sweating going on. It's been better these last couple of days, but the sweating the last few weeks. This is August 31st. Today is August 31st. Today is my brother's birthday. Happy birthday, little brother. But for the last almost, I'm gonna say 3 weeks, the sweating had become intense. And so I went and had an appointment with my doctor to ask her, hey, can you run these tests? Because I really think that I am having symptoms of perimenopause, or this could be something else. I don't know what this is, but can you please, run tests to see? Now, granted, I have been on and off with these symptoms for, I think, almost 2 years now, but they were not as intense as these symptoms have been. And so I asked her to check my thyroid, asked her to check my hormones, amongst, the regular blood tests that you do, that they do when you have an annual health checkup. And plus, I hadn't been to the doctor to get a wellness checkup since I think it was 2022. So, and I had went multiple times in that year, but I didn't go all 2023, and 2024 is almost over. And I'm like, these symptoms are getting intense. Let me go check them out and see what is going on. And so probably with the next couple of days, I got a report back. And in speaking to my doctor as well, talking to her about the symptoms and things like that, she was very comforting. She was concerned. She didn't dismiss me like I hear most women who are going through perimenopause or menopause get dismissed of their symptoms and things like that. However, my results came back that I am in perimenopause. The blood work shows that, because I do have irregular cycles. I've been having irregular cycles since, I'm gonna say, 2021, but they were not as bad as it's been for the past year or so. So like a cycle skipping like 2, maybe almost 3 months, and then a cycle, coming back on. And then when it comes on real heavy. And then sometimes when it comes on light. And then when it comes on, sometimes it is twice within a month. Now, I had these conversations with my mom and a couple of my friends that are my age, and I'm 48. And yeah, we all been going through it. My mom is in her 70s and she still gets hot flashes. Okay. So I'm just really trying to, how they say you talk to somebody in your family and see what went on with them, to see maybe this is why this is going on with you. So yeah, I was just have been talking to her for a while to get her advice and her opinions and thoughts and things on it. So my mom is from an older generation, where they didn't really talk about stuff. They just dealt with it and they moved on. And so now my generation is starting to come out and speak on things, especially with social media being like it is. My generation is just able to come out and talk about things, right? Because there was a time when it was like, what's done in this house or whatever you're going through, you keep quiet about it, right? You don't talk to people about it. But I'm thankful that people have come out and stated the things that they have been going through mentally, physically, emotionally, so it picks you up to say, well, let me look into that, let me get checked out. And so again, my doctor said, hey, blood work shows that you are in perimenopause. Your hormone levels are higher than normal. And then we know hormones can fluctuate, right? They can go up and down. So at that time they took my blood work, that is what was going on. But based on the symptoms that I described to her, she was like, yes, this sounds like, perimenopause. She was like, I just spoke to another patient about some things that they were going through. I mean, she didn't tell me the patient's business or something like that, but she was saying our stories are similar, right? And we're going through like the same. Now, my blood sugar, the A1C, was up a little bit. It was up more than what it needed to be. However, if you've seen my previous vlogs, I've been working on, eating healthy, exercising, and it's like this time, right, I am trying to be consistent with it. It is a challenge because for years I have done what I wanted to do. I was, eating what I wanted to eat. And over the years too, stress has become a big factor in my life. And that is also not just, stress being a symptom of things that you're going through, but it is also a symptom of perimenopause. There are like over 60 symptoms of perimenopause that I probably had half of them, right? And right now, because like I said, if you hear something in the background, it's the fan. It is the hot flashes, right? The sweating. And like I said, a couple of weeks ago, it was intense. It wasn't bad, it was just intense. And every time I kept trying to come on here and vlog, I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I've gone in malls and grocery stores where I've had to come out because I was sweating so bad. I'm like, I just have to go back and sit in my car, blow the air conditioner for a while, and come back. Now, my doctor did recommend this product right here, Ambrian. So I ordered that off of Amazon. I couldn't find it in the stores, in my local stores like Walgreens and CVS, right? I couldn't find the kind that she recommended. So I just got it today through the Amazon. And it takes probably about, I got a 60-day supply, right? And it's all it is B vitamins, because I've learned with perimenopause, our estrogen is lower, estrogen and progesterone, if I'm saying it right, all these things go up and down and things like that. So we're losing a lot of things, which we don't get enough of through our meals, because for the most part, we eat processed food, right? We don't really eat whole foods at times. So the B complex vitamins, because I think it's like B1, B12, all kinds of B vitamins. It's supposed to be in these in this Ambien. So I just took one dose today, and see, I got a little sweat going on right now. I'm dealing with it. I'm dealing with it. It happens. Uh, it's just happened. Plus, in California, you know what the weather is out here, so I cannot wait for fall to come so it can cool off. California, we usually get the heat around up until almost like October, where we get a lot of heat still coming through, like the 80s, 80 degrees, and sometimes even 90s. It just all depends. So that's what I'm currently going through right now. I have been still going to the library. Library is kind of like a sanctuary for me. It's quiet. I get to roam down the aisles, of the books and just look and stare. I'm not on any type of time constraint or anything like that. I'm in that library, right? And it seems like I just melt in the library because it's like, it's just so refreshing and satisfying to me. So I encourage you to find a place, outside of your home if you can. Because some people like, going in nature and being out there for hours. I saw a girl here on YouTube where she's like, I could go and do what she said, her I think she does Uber Eats or DoorDash. She was like, I could go out and do that. She's like, but I want to be in nature. And she's currently, I believe she's living in her van. I think it's by choice. Not. It looks like it's by choice. I'm gonna say that because the way she has it decorated and things like that. But she loves to be in nature, so that looks like that was her sanctuary. So, like I said, the library is my sanctuary, and I got a book from the library. It's called, what is it? Oh, the Blue Zone Solution. I'm gonna put it right here so you all can see. And I got this book from the library, and I just got through the introduction part, and I'm like, I gotta get a copy for myself because I'm ready to turn corners, highlight things, underline things. I'm like, this is my workbook, right? So the Blue Zone Solution, it's about a guy and his team who went to the Mediterranean part of the world because they have noticed that people who live in these zones, they call it blue zones because they circled it with the blue pen and it just ended up being called blue zones. But they have seen that people in this area, the Mediterranean area, they live longer there, and so they wanted to go. Him and his team wanted to go and find out like why and how they live almost to up to 100 years old, and they're called centenarians, people who are 100. And I saw the documentary on Netflix, right? And so when I went to the library and I'm all in the wellness section. And to be honest, that wellness section, I wasn't even looking for that. I was in the business section, but it was some other books that I wanted to see. But I was like, let me just roam down these aisles a little bit. And lo and behold, I made like a right or left turn. And there it was. I was like, oh, this is what I've been looking for. Books, because I like to read. I won't say that I fully read the book, but I do skim through parts of the book. The chapters, I look at the chapters, and the chapters that stand out to me, I go straight to those chapters and I read through the chapters. I skim through the chapters or whatnot, and it's just a wealth of knowledge. I saw the book, I was even more like, whoa. And I think this is one of the first books because there are other books in relation to the Blue Zone Solution. And I'm gonna just tell you like a little story in this Blue Zone Solution book where the guy, let me stop saying the guy. His name is Dan. Let me get this book right here. His name is Dan. I think it's Butner. That's his name. And so he went to a small town in Iowa to introduce what he found out and discover about the people who live in the Mediterranean. It's like 5 zones, and but one of the zones is here in California, in Loma Linda, California. But he was particularly talking to the people, I believe it was like Italy, Japan, and things like that. I can't think of the other 2 places at this point because I want to like tell everything. If you're interested, I want you to go and try to see it for yourself. But I just want to give little tidbits. But he went and introduced this way of living, the Mediterranean way of living, to a small town in Iowa. And just as he introduced that, because he's talking to leaders and politicians, and to get like, it's basically healthy foods, right? And more healthy foods like farmers markets, and more healthy foods in grocery stores, more programs, community programs, exercise programs, and just different things to help people do wellness within, right? Wellness within their body. And one guy had to do this. It's like he was forced to do this, one guy in the town. And this is in the introduction. He had to change his lifestyle because he went to the doctor to get his blood work done, and the doctor told him that his kidneys were not functioning properly. They were functioning a third of the way because he had a high stress job. He ate a lot of fatty foods, a lot of processed foods, but he's a grandfather as well. So it was when the doctor told him that, he's like, I got to make a change. Now, mind you, he is already on 3 medications, one for blood pressure, diabetes, and heart medication, right? So he's on these medications, and he's still living his life the same way, so he didn't change his lifestyle. But it was when the doctor told him how his kidneys was functioning, he turned to this blue zone solution. It's basically the Mediterranean. If you heard of the Mediterranean diet, it's basically that. He turned to that way of eating, exercise, did things differently, and a year later he's on track with everything. But it was because his kidneys were failing, because the doctor was thinking that it was one of the medications that he was taking. The doctor was saying, the problem is, I'm not sure which one to take you off of. So he had to be taken off all of the medications and change his lifestyle, his way of his way of eating, his way of getting exercise and things like that. He had to do a big change with that in order for him to see his life change. Now, listen, I am not against medication. If that is what is needed for the person to survive, to live, whatever they have to do, then so be it. But in many cases, people are finding out, like my stepson, finding out that he did not need the blood pressure medication for a long period of time. He just needed to change his lifestyle, and that also come with his way of thinking, right? And being in stressful situations and things like that, that can, as we know, raise your blood pressure, that can increase stress, that can have you overwhelmed. So the blue zone solution, when I started reading this book, I'm like, oh, this is gold right here. So I went on Amazon and I ordered this book, and it's just, so far, like I said, I only got to the introduction part. I'm still a little, I got fully to the introduction part, and then I've started on with chapter 1. I'm not sure how many chapters it is. I don't care. I just want to kind of melt in this book and be one with this book and learn a better way of how to create a healthy lifestyle for myself. And so, since I have went to the doctor, I'm not gonna tell my weight. Right, it's up there. It's up there. I got a belly and all that other type of stuff. But I've lost 3 pounds since I have gone to the doctor. I went to the doctor August 13th. And today is August 31st, and I have lost 3 pounds, right? Because I had started changing the way that I've been eating, and plus I was having a lot of gastro problems and things like that. And I'm like, I got to change this. I got to do something different. I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm tired of taking the over-counter medications, and they do help, but ultimately it is me who has to change my way of eating and also thinking about the way that I'm eating, not overeating, not eating till I feel full and things like that. Just know that I'm getting nutrients in my body. So I go to Trader Joe's. If you've seen my videos, I go to Trader Joe's a lot. And yeah, I get a lot of their foods out of there. So last week I got a lot of fruits and vegetables, and I have been playing around with different ways on how to cook my food the healthy way. Stay away, no soda, you guys. I haven't had a soda probably about, ooh, I can't even remember the last time I had soda. I have been drinking a lot of tea, a lot of water. I have ways that I have brewed my tea and, put a little honey in it and put it in these jars that I have right here, and put it in the refrigerator. So I make like 4 jars of 2 jars of green tea and 2 jars of cinnamon tea. I know cinnamon is good to, help with your blood pressure. Green tea, we all know what that is good for. So I just been doing different things, incorporating them in my lifestyle, and not more so to, just to be healthy overall, mentally, physically, and emotionally. And I started a hobby. I love flowers. I enjoy flowers, flower arrangements, and things like that. So when I go to Trader Joe's or my local grocery store right here on the corner, they sell flowers. I get a couple of, batches of flowers. I bring them back, and I put them together, right? And so it's comforting for me, and it helps me relax. And I've also started back coloring. Yes, I got a coloring book with some crayons. I went to the Dollar Tree and I purchased that. And I've done a few pages of coloring or whatnot when I kind of feel stressed or I feel bored. I don't want to eat. Right, I'm moving that away. When I know I just ate, I don't want to eat anything. I don't want to order anything off of Uber Eats. So I color, right? I color that. That's something that helps me, that soothes me and helps me not to overeat. And I also last weekend, my daughter and I, we went to a couple of community events. So finally getting out a little bit more than I was uh from, COVID, because I have just been so almost like bound in this house because of sickness and illness. You don't want to get sick. You don't want to have people coughing on you and stuff like that. And I'm gonna tell y'all, COVID really did a thing for me with my mental, with my mindset. And so I am really just kind of, coming out of that. And I work at home. So if I'm working at home, I'm in here all day, so I'm like, I got to get out a little bit more. So I went to the community events. We went to the Carefree Black Girl community event. They are a tour, right? So LA was their stop last weekend. So they go to different states and cities and things like that. And they just bring, vendors on. And I bought a couple of things from a vendor. I got this coffee mug right here, Spill the Tea Sis. I'm loving that. That was beautiful. And she also had bookmarkers, stickers, and another little like activity book. So I'm like, oh, I'm loving this. I'm liking this. So this would be something that I could do, crossword puzzle and all the other stuff in there. So this is me loving myself. This is me caring for myself. I also went out to took myself to lunch last Sunday. So I was here at a new sushi place right here. The salad looks good. The this is a salmon roll that was good, and then I got the ramen, and so that was excellent customer service. Y'all, I'm loving this self-care wellness era for myself. And it's a lifestyle, and I'm learning this. I want to explore different things because life has that to offer. California is a great state, right? So there's so many things that I can explore in California. So I wrote out a list because I have a mental health journal, and I wrote out a list because it asked like, what is on your like bucket list, the things that I just want to do now that I have been putting off, things I've been putting off and wanting to do. So I just wrote down a list of things. So I'm going back and sharing that with you guys, as I can, because like I said, this perimenopause is new, right? It's a roller coaster ride, and you go through a lot of emotional things with this perimenopause. Thankfully, I am in a support group on Facebook, perimenopause support. So that has been a great help in going through this when you're, talking to other women from all over and their experiences, as they're going through it. Like I said, mom and friends, they're cool, especially mom. She's already pretty much been through it. She's in menopause, right? But just going talking to people as young as in their 30s are going through this. So it's just a whole different thing that's going on now. And yeah, that's pretty much what I've been through this last month. It's been some tough days and tough nights and things like that, but I champion through, I push through, and I encourage you to do the same. Find something that just really just inspires you and motivates you. Do things differently. I found making time for myself alone to be a powerful thing, right? Not waiting on to see if others want to do a thing. I'm just going to do the thing, right? I don't even ask anymore. I just go ahead and do, because I don't want to wait for responses and all that. And I know other people are busy and things like that, but it's like, if I want to do something, I'm just going to get out there and do it. Practice the detachment of always needing to be with a crowd or people or a group of people before you do something, right? That's just, something that I'm practicing. I'm doing that, and I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling really good. At first it was difficult, but I'm feeling good about it now. And I don't know what your wellness or self-care practices are, but honey, if they are working for you, keep working them. Don't worry about what other people are thinking or saying, because you're doing something that is different, something that is new, but it is productive and helpful and inspiring and healthy to you. You don't need anybody's validation for wanting to take care of yourself, for wanting to live a life of ease and peace and softness, right? You don't need validation for that. You don't need anybody's approval for that. You already know within you what you need to do and what you want to do and how you want to do it. And I encourage you to go out there and do it. So that's my little rant, right? And I guess introduction back in doing a vlog. If you made it this far, I appreciate you so much, right? I appreciate you so much for listening this far. It means the world to me. I appreciate your support. Let me know in the comments like how you feel about, wellness, right? How you feel about self-care. What are some of your self-care and wellness practices that you are doing? And like I forgot to mention the clips before. Those are some clips that help me, every morning when I get up before my alarm. I turn those clips on, and I'm like, well, not they're clips on this video, but they're actual videos. And I am gonna leave the link to those videos, the prayer video, the meditation video about just letting go, and the meditation video about being healthy. because it's all about how we speak to ourselves and how we talk to ourselves. That is important and that is powerful, right? And that is something that when you are doing things alone or solo or whatnot, you need to learn mindfulness. And I'll come back with a video and talk about mindfulness. I'll still be talking about things when it comes to perimenopause, just overall wellness and well-being, and things that we can do to enhance these things, to start doing these things and not feel alone, not feel by yourself, or not feel a certain way because this is what you desire to go through. You desire to be healthy. You desire to be well, right? You desire to be free. You desire to not conform to things that everybody else is doing. It's all right. It's okay. If they think you're a little weird for that, so be it. You got to do what's best for you. You got to do what's healthy for you. I'm out, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate that. And as you know, it lets YouTube know that, hey, I like her videos. Show me more of her videos, okay? I'll talk to y'all soon.